Talking about license to be a parent. Right now I have Africa. She's from Augusta, Georgia. She had her first son at the age of 17. Just kind of briefly share with us your story.
I was going with this boy. He was 19 and I was 16, and we were together, but like we had broke up, but I still had feelings for him, and it just happened, and I got pregnant.
Now, you've heard the actual discussion. Do you think that the whole emotional thing kind of, I guess, changed your thought pattern, or was it a self-esteem thing, or what do you think kind of contributed to you doing what you were doing?
It was like I felt that I was in love with him, but I don't think I really was. It was just that I didn't want to lose him.
You know, you said something there. I've had a friend, she told me once that, you know, she was with this guy and she was afraid to ask him to wear protection because she was afraid to lose him. What was the biggest fear that if you had lost him, what was the biggest fear you had in your mind at the time?
Just being alone.
Just being alone? So do you think that even at the age of 19, after, it looks like he's about 1 or 2 years old?
1.5.
Okay, so do you think that you're stable at this moment?
I do, because I have a job. I still go to school. I'm still finishing.
Awesome.
And I'm going to college in January, and I do have a car and a job.
Now, what was the one thing that you wish that someone had told you prior to having your baby?
That it was really hard. I mean, like, they didn't go into it to the depth of how hard it was. They told me it was hard. They didn't really explain it too much for me. So
would it have made a difference if somebody had said, hey, Africa, come over here to this youth center and see all these pregnant women and see what they're going through? Or
yes, because with my second pregnancy, I'm in a class at my school, and they're teaching us more and more about it, and it leaves me less curious. It doesn't want me to do it again.
Now let me ask you this question. The first time you had the child, how the second?
It was just...
Was it still the lonely factor?
Yeah, it was just stupid. I was by myself.
Well, nothing is ever stupid. I don't want you to think that. I was just trying to see, I was just trying to get an understanding as to whether or not you were saying to yourself, oh, I don't want to be alone again. And if so, well, then how are you going to, I guess, fix that? Because it sounds like the underlying factor is the loneliness. I mean, and I often kind of tell a lot of people, you know, maybe, and it sounds crazy when I say this, I tell them, why not seek counseling? Because a lot of people are afraid of that. They think it's something crazy. But truthfully, counseling can kind of help, especially when, you know, young people, they have these things that they need somebody to talk to, that explain to them, why are you feeling this way? Because I tell a lot of people, that's really, it's normal. It's not you're not the only one. There's hundreds of thousands of teenage mothers. And a lot of them are thinking the same way you are. And I guarantee you, they're just afraid to say, I'm lonely, or they haven't addressed the fact. Now, what would you say to a young person, they're having sex right now?
They need to stop and think about the actions that they're choosing, because it really is hard when you get pregnant and have a child.
Now, this question I'm going to ask you, it may be just a little bit kind of touchy, but are there ever any times when you regret that you had your child?
Times it pushes me back in school. It's harder for me to finish taking care of him and me going to school and paying for it.
So when I say regret, do you sometimes wish you didn't have your child?
Yes.
Oh, wow. You know, you're the first mother that I've ever heard say that.